Here we are again. What are we talking about? Dangerous games. Welcome with Mel. Just talking about things that people do. People play dangerous games sometimes. Dangerous games of love, betrayal. Folks take you in the whirlwind. Yeah, I'm going here. Why not? Other people do. I like to talk about the things that people do. People use people. They mistreat folks. All in the name of ambition, power, lust, greed. People do things for different reasons, you know? It's like, how do you deal with it? I guess you first acknowledge yourself, who you are in the situation. Are you the fool? Are you the con? I don't know. A lot of times folks get mistreated, led astray. Folks play dangerous games out there. You know, just in the name of getting what they want. For vanity's sake, for pride, for money, for power, for lust, greed. It's a lot of dangerous games people play. I guess, why do you need me to say this? You don't. I guess I'm just acknowledging that people do. I'm going here because, you know, some folks thought I wouldn't. And besides, why not? It's late night. I'm just vibing, I'm just talking, something about the music. Hopefully you can hear me. So I guess I ask questions because there's nobody on the live stream right now. How do you feel when people play dangerous games with you? Dangerous games of love, of betrayal, you know, greed, power trips. How do you feel when folks mistreat and misuse and abuse you? I know it must feel horrible. Some folks never survive the dangerous games that people play. You know, some people are never the same. Experiences change people. We like to believe that we go through these situations in life, you know, and we just got through. Victory Leo says, I'm here, bro. Welcome. I'm just talking about the dangerous games that people play. You know, different games and relationships that people play as far as romantically, family-wise, business. I mean, I think it's a mistake to not acknowledge that, you know, we've played games with people at times. We've led folks astray. Not trying to go into details. This is all philosophical. Just a late night discussion. You know, people will have you to the brink, but it's what you let them do. Michael Skeen says it's true. If you're not careful and you don't guard your heart, you can be led down a dark path. Some people never survive, you know. But it's good to have a good support system around you. It's good to know yourself. Yeah, like-minded people play games. Games people play, yeah. Like mind games people play. That's what Victory Leo says. Yeah, people play mind games, but the thing I learned about games is this. Nobody can play a game with you that you don't want to play or that you don't allow them to play. They're dangerous games people play when it comes to love, when it comes to business, when it comes to friendships. There's things that people do to use folks, which we know. We don't have to go into the details of what people have done to each other in life. You know what people have done to you. You know what you have done to other people. So we don't need to get into details. But it's like being honest with yourself about it. It's like if somebody's playing a game or you're a participant in the game, it's something that you want to take a moment to just recognize. Michael says you need a support system. You need to be one step ahead of the game because they will walk all over you. Yeah, you can get walked all over if you're not careful about who you are and who you let in your company. Victor Leo says so true, especially loved ones. Yeah, if we're gonna talk about loved ones, I'll tell you this much. You know, sometimes the people that hurt us the most are the ones that are the closest to us. Sometimes the most dangerous games come from people that we've known all our whole lives. You know, you thinking a stranger will come up on you and do something. Try a family member. Sometimes they're the most treacherous. Hopefully it's not like that, you know, for everybody, but, you know, some people come from good families, you know. But this is not to depress anybody, it's just to acknowledge and say, hey, look, people play games. But it's multi-sided. Nobody's going to play a game with you that at some point you don't want to play. Michael says friends can come from dangerous games. Friends can be your worst enemy. They can, but it comes with knowing how to pick your friends, knowing what company that you want to keep from one time to another. And sometimes, you know, what we get is basically what we attract, you know, the type of people that we are at that moment. If I'm in a dark place, I don't expect to, you know, attract people who are in the light. I expect to attract people who are in the dark space. Sometimes when it comes to dangerous games, we have to be mindful that we attract people who are in a dangerous space because we're in a dangerous point in our life. We're playing games and doing things that we may not realize are reckless and dangerous, and we're attracting people who do reckless and dangerous things. And a lot of people like to play games and act like, oh, well, they took advantage of me and they did this and did that, and I was just a victim. Victory Leo says, don't know about my dad's side, never seen him much, but saying not too much details. Hollywood Solo. True talk, Mel. Mad fam love, homie. Mad love to you, Hollywood Solo. Mad love to you. But, you know, like I said, I'm just talking about the games people play, you know, and our part in them. You know, just because people play games with us doesn't mean that we're not a participant. It's like somebody told me one time, a female told me this one time. She said, when it comes to a relationship, right, you can only be the victim one time. After that, you're a participant. Some games are childish. I think all games are childish when you're not being straight up about what's going on. It's like if we're adults and we're in a consensual relationship or mutual friendship or business partnership, why should we have to play games? Especially the dangerous types, the types that get people killed, the type that causes people to do jail time, the type that causes people to, you know, catch diseases and, you know, find themselves in all kind of binds. Because if you're in a relationship where you have to start lying to people and start defrauding them and being fake with them, then, you know, that's not a real thing. You're not in a real, you know, conductive or, you know, conducive relationship. Yeah, dangerous games can lose your job. Yeah, you can lose your job. Yeah, definitely. Playing dangerous games, I've done those type of things, you know, where you play dangerous games on the job. Not the job that I'm at now, just in case anybody's watching, you know, past jobs. And you find yourself in a fix, in a bind or something like that, and you do stupid stuff and reckless things, you know, definitely. But it's about being honest, I believe, with yourself too. Modestly self-effacing, you know. Past jobs, yeah, I had to say that. You know, Mike, I had to say that. I had to be like, oh, I was reckless on the job. They're gonna be like, oh, wait, get them on the phone, you know, get some bosses, you know, like, nah, not at my job now. Talking about past experiences, you know. So, you know, people play dangerous games a lot of times because we allow them to. Let's be real. Sometimes we allow people to play games with us because, you know what, you get bored sometimes. Maybe life is not going the way that you thought it should. Maybe things aren't as exciting as they used to be. So you say, you know what, let me take a spin around the block. Victory Leo says, yeah. Only friend I was a user, loaned him 200 and he never gave it back. What's the last part of that? kept asking, but my money didn't lend to borrow no more. Yeah, it happens like that. Sometimes you have users, you have people who don't give you money back, or who you think are your friends, and they're not going to ever have any intentions of paying you back. That's definitely what it is. But I don't think that was pretty much a game right there. Maybe that person was trying to play a game with you, but when you keep lending them money and keep going into that, then you're playing a game with yourself. Because I say the worst lies and the worst games are the ones that we play with ourselves. I'm not saying play with yourself. I'm saying the ones we play with ourselves. We play the game with ourselves thinking that people are something that they're not. That they're, upstanding and upright when they're not. Sometimes we see things in people that are not there. We like to see the best in folks. We like to pretend, that people are upstanding when they're not. Dangerous games can be your worst enemy because you need to be smart on who you mess with. Yeah, definitely, Mike, I say that. You definitely need to be smart with who you mess with, but I think sometimes people lose sight of who they are. Because if you're not aware of who you are in that moment, then you won't be aware of who you're attracting. And if you're not aware of who you're attracting, then how could you know who anybody is? Yeah, you need to do your homework. We need to do our homework on ourselves. We need to do our homework on other people, on our environment, on our mindset, on our moods. Because that could be a situation too, where you wind up playing a dangerous game with yourself, and not just being aware. Sometimes the most dangerous games are just not being aware of your surroundings and who's around you and the people that you call your friends, or the people that you call, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a significant other. Being aware is probably one of the best things that we can do. Being aware of who cares about you and who doesn't. Knowing the rules of the game. Well, since I've learned in the streets or dealing with people in dangerous games, sometimes there are no rules. He used women, has three. Victor Leo says he used women, has 3 kids with 3 different women. Wow, okay. So you're talking about a man that has kids with 3 different women, and he doesn't pay child support. Yeah, that's a dangerous game of another type. Not taking care of your kids, having kids growing up wind up hating you. That's the deadbeat daddy game. For those deadbeat daddies out there, you got no sympathy for me. If you want to play the deadbeat daddy game, you're on your own with that one. I don't support that. I don't have no intentions on being the deadbeat daddy, and like I said, I don't. That's another mindset for me. But it is a dangerous game to play with your kids' lives. To put them in jeopardy of not having a good childhood, to having kids grow up and hate you. Dangerous game can lead to breakups. Sometimes that's a good thing. But I say the most dangerous games are the ones that lead to people dying, to folks being arrested. You've heard the countless stories of, family members, killing other family members because somebody wanted to break up. I remember in the Bronx, not too long ago, there was this teacher who had actually lost her job because she dated a student. And the student that she was dating, she wound up later on marrying, that she lost her job for. So she wanted to leave this student, that was now basically somebody she was in a relationship with and married to and whatnot, and had a kid. So what the lady was trying to do was just break free, because maybe it was an abusive relationship or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, the man wound up killing her and the child because he didn't want to break up with her. Dangerous games can lead to homelessness. You need to learn the truck and the trade. That's interesting. Victory, don't know about marriage, but I'll stick with her if she has my kid. Well, what happened was she played a dangerous game with the child or the kid who was a teenager at the time, basically back in high school, having a relationship she probably shouldn't have had, and it led all the way up to, oh, you gotta learn the tricks of the trade, you said. Okay, cool. And it led all the way up into her death, because you were dealing with somebody who was, emotionally immature, and I guess he grew up into an adult, but he never really grew into a man, and you had a kid with him, and he never really developed. And then when the relationship wasn't conducive to you anymore, He tried to walk away. So when you try to walk away, he says, no, you know, take some of that. I was talking about you. Okay. He's talking about you, Mel. Okay. Well, nah, it's all good. Sorry. Okay, it's cool. We all here. Mistakes happen. You know, but yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. Like I said, we don't have to get into any details. We don't have to spill in anybody's tea, which is kind of funny. I'm actually drinking tea. Nobody has to spill any tea tonight. Like I said, this is just me talking about the dangerous games that people play, the things that people do sexually, the things that people do, you know, emotionally, usurping your emotions, making you feel sorry for them, giving you a sob story, telling you things and trying to, you know, just get you. Yeah, that's cool. You got water. Ain't nothing wrong with water, Victory Leo. And like I said, I don't have to speak too long on this, but you know, folks know. You know, like I said, this is just me conversating. It's just me sharing my thoughts, just vibing, not trying to tell people, you know, all the answers and stuff like that. Just appreciating anybody that watches. You know, asking you, you know, how do you feel? I ask you out there, how do you feel when people play dangerous games with you or put you in situations that are harmful, or, you know, that could jeopardize your safety, that could jeopardize your livelihood, that could jeopardize your sanity, that could cause you to, how would you feel? The tea is hot. Enjoy your tea. Tea can be a dangerous game too. Yeah, well, the tea ain't too hot though. I'm drinking it. Christine says some leave you guilty for your mistakes, misunderstood. Let me finish the rest of that comment. Misunderstanding others can leave you devastated, hurt, regretful, and totally amazed. But hey, big lesson learned there. Definitely. You can definitely be left hurt. You can definitely have regrets and be devastated, you know, or regretful, you know, at what happened. You know, the thing is to try to be honest. I say be grateful if you survived a situation where people were playing, you know, a life-threatening, a dangerous game with you, where they were putting you in a situation where your safety could be in jeopardy, you know, because that's ultimately, you know, what the dangerous game is. I don't like it. It can stress people out, or worse. Yeah. When you play dangerous games with people's minds, with people's hearts, it can stress them out, give them an early grave that way. It could be a situation where people wind up with jail time, you get diseases, other people could get hurt. You know, it could lead to death. You know, it could lead to people getting killed. You know, all kinds of things. It could lead to suicide. You know, all kinds of things can happen from playing dangerous games, from playing mind games with people. And I think folks need to be aware. You know, you need to be aware that sometimes, you know what, we play games too. Stress and aggravation, true statement. Yeah. Stress and aggravation does come. You know, like I said, if you can survive that, be grateful. Try to learn the lessons. You know, try to, you know, gather yourself. I think some of the biggest problems that people have sometimes is they don't give themselves time to recover. If you survived, you know, mind games and things that people played with you, you know, emotional games or financial or fraud or whatever it may have been, sometimes you need to step back and be careful who you trust. Sometimes people are too trusting. Sometimes we're too naive, too giving, not aware. Of course, yeah, Michael says it can lead to depression. Yes, it can lead to a state of depression. You know, it can lead to a point where you don't want to come outside. You don't want to look at yourself in the mirror. You know, who even wants to, you know, and it's like Christine said, you know, you can have regret. You know, sometimes you're just totally amazed at the disaster that happened. I know I've had situations where I've looked at it, as Stephen King once quoted, SSD. Yeah. I ain't gonna say that, but I got you. Mel, my positive friend. Yeah. I'm talking positivity. I don't know how positive it is tonight, but lovely kid Japan. We're just talking about people that play dangerous games and how it's not cool. You know, very hard sleeping at night when you play dangerous games. Yeah, people play games that make it hard for them to be, you know, safe at night. You know, and I say never put yourself in that situation. Yeah. Victory Leo says, I have depression and AHAD. Wow, ADHD. Sorry to hear that. But things happen. People have traumatic experiences and stuff like that. Things that cause them not to really trust anybody anymore, or to be paranoid or have PTSD. Rosa, beautiful fashion. Hey, what's going on? Lovely Kid Japan says, I don't play games, just the board games. That's fun for the brain. Listen. If somebody wants to just play a board game with me, I would love a board game. Don't get me to lie. Yeah. Just came over from AJ. Tell AJ I said what's up. I was gonna go over to his live stream, but then I threw on my live stream. So who knows? If he's still out there, then I'll check him out. But yeah, man, people play dangerous games, man, sometimes. But I think it's important to notice the signs of when you have people who are users and abusers. How about chess? Yeah, listen, I'll sit down and play a game of chess. I'll play a game of chess with anybody any day, rather than sit there and play a dangerous game of the mind games and all that. But let's be real. Sometimes, people get bored. Like I said before, people get bored. People think maybe life is not, as exciting as it used to be. So why not play this game? Sometimes it's a one-night stand. Sometimes it's a situation where you defraud somebody. It's a whole host of things. Like I said, we don't have to go through the whole gamut of it. Just wanted to say hi, going back to AJ. Tell AJ I said what's up. Michael says people abuse everything based on the situation, especially a game that is dangerous. Well, what I mean by dangerous games, I mean by games, like situations, mind games, financial, emotional, things that could lead to imprisonment, jail, all that. Thank you, Rosa, beautiful. Your beauty. Just let them know I said what's up. Well, don't know about that. Still have my V card. Okay. I actually know what that means. That's crazy. Games are destroying brains for sure. Okay. Well, yeah. You have things that could mess with people. And the reality is some people don't survive. Some people don't survive, and some folks play with people for sport. Yeah, thanks, Rosa. Definitely tell him I said what's up. If he's still on after I get off of here, then I'll check him out. I'll go into the live stream and whatnot. Yeah, but just tell folks, be careful out there, man. Be careful who you associate with. Be careful who you call your friend. Be careful who you look for attention from. Be careful who you share your deepest, darkest secrets with. Christine says, thanks, Olga, for your blogs and for making many people smile and laugh. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, Rosa. I might be on here for another few minutes just until I make a half an hour. And then I'm probably out to try to respect people's time. And then I might go check out AJ on the next live stream if he's still on. But like I said, I tell folks out there, be careful who you associate with. Going to check out Dark Matter after the stream. Yeah, go check out. Tell Dark Matter I said what's up. I'm not saying don't trust people. I'm just saying be careful who you trust. Let people earn your trust. Let people earn your respect. Let people earn their way into your life. Sometimes we play dangerous games because it's like what Michael was saying. People don't do their homework. People don't take the time out to get to know their personnel, their company. Yeah, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Like I said, know who you have around you. Just us. Everyone's guilty until proven innocent. I actually agree with you. Just us. We're imperfect beings in an imperfect world. A lot of us are guilty of something. Who live in positive didn't like the drama. Yeah, the Lovely Kid Japan. You don't have to like the drama. And Michael says again, doing your homework is key. I say honestly, just be honest with yourself. Be truthful with yourself about who you have around you. If you have destructive, distracting, deadly people around you, be honest with yourself. If you have folks around you that are not into a lifestyle that you're not into, then be honest with yourself about it. Yeah, like Michael says, be yourself 100%. But I think we get around people who cause us not to be 100% of ourselves, who take us down dark paths, who put us in destructive mindsets and habits. I'm a little wise, not as wise as I would like to be, Rosa. But the reality is, we come into situations and not paying attention to our surroundings and the people that we have around us, and then we're kind of surprised by the results. If I have a whole bunch of negative people around me, and then all of a sudden my life is in shambles. Yeah, landlords do that. That's funny. And then all of a sudden my life is in shambles. Then, you know, you are the company you keep. Everyone thinks mind games are games, and it's not. Well, this is what I say. Everything is a game until it's not. That's what the old timers told me. Everything is a game until it's not. Everything is all fun and games until somebody starts getting hurt, until people get killed, until somebody gets arrested. Justice says some people have to learn the hard way. Yes, some people have to learn the hard way. I agree with that. You know, but not all of us have to learn the hard way. That's why I could do this live stream and tell people, look, be careful of your surroundings. That's what this is about. This ain't even about the dangerous games. People play dangerous games, and you know the dangerous games people play. You know the games that you probably play, the games that I probably play. We know what they are. We know the games sexually, financially, mentally, spiritually, you know, physically. We know what those games are. We don't need to get on here and start naming names and taking receipts and spilling tea and all that stuff. We know what that stuff is. The reality is this. Know your personnel. Know your surroundings. Know the company you keep. And if you're for the drama, if you're for spilling the tea, if you're for all the stuff that comes with that, and you can handle the fire in the kitchen, then by all means, don't watch this. Turn off the live stream. Go fly a kite somewhere. We'll have also the point and meaning behind words. Yeah, nah, what I'm saying is this. Love to Kid Japan. Especially if you have family, because you lovely Kid Japan. You said you hate drama, Rosa. You were just us, a couple of people in here have family with kids, stuff like that. If you're in a family setting, or if you're in a situation where you're loving and you're nurturing, you don't want to bring negative people around you, especially people that's going to play games with you, with your kids, you know, with your husbands, you know, with your mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, whoever. You want to have people around you that you can trust. You want to have people around you who are like-minded. You want to have people around you who, you know, who share, you know, positive values or whatever values you are. Almost every stream tonight, someone's talking about tea and receipts. Yeah, well, I'm talking about it in the sense that I don't want to bring out tea and receipts, you know, because at the end of the day, that's a game people play with bringing that drama around you. Why bring the drama around you? Christine says responsibility is the key to life, but responsibility sometimes becomes clouded and lost in the heat of the moment. Yes, that's an interesting point. It can be lost in the heat of the moment. Rosa says, I like to be around positive people. Yeah, I mean, I say be around positive people. But also don't be around fake people. I don't want the fake positivity. If people are not really positive and they're always smiling all the time and nothing's going wrong with their life, I will watch them. Somebody that smiles all the time and never has a bad day, I'm wondering about you. But that's just me. Victory Leader says, now I wanted some green tea, so I'll talk about this tea. I actually have green tea in here mixed with some other teas. Just Us says, so much business being told and folks need proof for other people's business. That's madness. Yeah, well, that's some of the games that people want to play. Sometimes people are entertained by other people's, you know, madness, by other people's misery. You know, I'm not around drama. People, that's what I was talking about on my video, Never to See. Well, listen. It's always a beautiful thing when you can stay drama free. You know, yeah, people do it for views, you know, like Just Us says. People do it for views, but you know, one thing I say about the dangerous games that people play, yeah, you may achieve some goal of, you know, getting receipts and spilling the tea or going into the drama, but the things that you've done to achieve whatever results that you want from playing those games, the things that you do to destroy those lives don't go away. Yes, that is a dangerous games. You know, these things don't just go away when you play with people's hearts, with people's minds, you know, with people's emotions. You know, those things don't just go away. They affect folks. They cause people to hurt other people. Yeah. When you see drama, you're out. Michael says, true statement. Yeah, so, you know, like I said, be careful who you trust. Be careful what you allow around you. Be careful who you allow to whisper in your ear. What up, Jackie 420? If you're doing a live stream, I'm definitely going to be there tonight. Definitely. I'm just talking about people playing dangerous games. Just be careful who you trust. Be careful who you hold close to the vest. Telling folks business for views, and you have it. Yeah, tomorrow, definitely I'm going to catch you tomorrow. And I thank you for coming to the live stream, man. You know, definitely you're very entertaining on your live streams. But like I was saying to folks out there, man, be careful. There's folks out there playing a lot of crazy, wicked, dangerous games that'll leave folks all cut up in crazy situations. You know, be careful who you trust. You know, be careful who you keep close to the vest. Be aware of your surroundings. All those different things. You know what I'm saying? And don't play games with yourself about who you have around you. Keep your circle tight. But on that note, I'm about to be out of here. Thank you for all the folks that stopped by. If anybody need more subs and want to chill, please come by. Definitely. Leo, thank you. That was a meaning of changing channels. Okay. Listen, views. Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you, folks, for everybody that came through. Thank you for sharing your thoughts in this live stream. Thank you for just being honest and real with me. Like I said, again, we'll do this next time. You know, I'm the homie. I'm out. Later.